How accurate is the Zestimate for your home? Let's answer it. Hello everybody, it is Josh Miller with Berkshire Hathaway, and I am back with you as promised with a new video. In today's video, I want to talk about something that comes up a lot in real estate. And we run into it all the time when we're talking to potential sellers, even our current sellers, maybe if we are talking to a for sale by owner, and inevitably some point in that conversation, the Zestimate for your home is going to come up. So in this video, what I really want to do is I want to talk about three things in particular. One, what is the Zestimate? Two, I want to go into a little more detail about how accurate is the Zestimate. And number three, I want to go over some of the ways that you can price your home accordingly. What is the Zestimate? Now, this is straight off of Zillow's website, so I'm not making any of this up. It is a home valuation model incorporating public and user submitted data for home facts, location, and market conditions. Whoa. Did your spidey senses go off there a little bit? Public and user submitted data. So if you did not know, you can go into Zillow and you can claim your home, and then you can literally go in and change anything. Do you take enough naps in your living room that you think it should be a bedroom? Change it. Your basement is stubbed for a bath, isn't it? And you've wanted to put one down there, but you just haven't done it yet. Change it. Seriously, you can go in and you can change bedrooms, bathrooms, features of your home, square footage. You can change anything. So that alone should tell you the data might be a little off. But Zillow understands this too, and in fact, they specifically say that this is just a starting point. Now, if we were to get a little technical on what the Zestimate actually is, it's computers. It's algorithms, it's code. They're taking all of this data and they're trying to figure out a value for your home. But because of the volume of houses out there, they have to remove the human element. Yes, question in the back. But Josh, how far are the values actually off? Excellent question. I'm glad you asked. Because what's great about this, Zillow gathers so much data that everything is out there. We don't have to research 20 or 30 different websites. We just go on Zillow's website and the data is there. And in fact, they're even nice enough to break it down for us by state, by city, and even by county. Now, to give you a better perspective, I'm going to use my neighborhood as an example. If you're unfamiliar with the Atlanta area, I live in Roswell, Georgia. It's just north in the Atlanta suburbs, and my neighborhood has just under 2,000 homes. So in 2019, so far, 31 homes in my neighborhood have sold. The average sales price has been just under $355,000, and they have sold for just over 98% of the listing price. So what that means, if a house was listed at say 361, about 98% of that is 355. So if we go into Zillow's data and we look in Fulton County, which is where my neighborhood is, then Zillow says for on-market homes, they estimate you can expect your Zestimate to be within 98% of the price your home's gonna sell for. Okay, now I just told you the actual numbers for my neighborhood, right? To be specific, it's 98.23, and Zillow's estimating 98.2, 0.03%. We can't argue, that's pretty good. What you have to pay attention to is there are two tabs. One is for on-market homes, one is for off-market homes. If you don't know this, Zillow about every 30 days updates your Zestimate based on what's going on in the area. Which means if your home is listed, it's expected that you've probably hired an agent and the agent has done an analysis and they're listing your home accordingly. Now, if your home is on the market at the time that Zillow recalculates their Zestimates, guess what? They're gonna come pretty close to your list price. And then all of a sudden when you sell, bam, they nailed it. However, we wanna take a look at the off-market houses. Off-market, that number changes from 98% to 92%. Now again, you may say to yourself, well, that's not that big of a difference. But what you have to remember is they're saying now, because it's off-market, it can go for 8% higher or lower. Right? So now you have a large gap. And for a home that's valued at about $355,000, Zillow says you can sell that house anywhere between $325,000 and $387,000. It's just a $61,000 gap. Now, can you imagine on a listing appointment if I told a seller that we could sell their home for anywhere between $325,000 and $387,000. And then Zillow throws some other numbers in there too. They give you a percentage of what they think it's going to sell within 5% of their Zestimate. So again, that means if your home is listed at $355,000, Zillow says there's an 86% chance that it will sell within 5% of that number. However, if you're off market, 34%. So what that means is there's really no confidence in that number. Zillow then goes on to say that the chances of your home selling for within 10% of the Zestimate, well, that's only 57%. And if you want your home to be within 20% of the Zestimate, only about 79 or 80% chance. A $355,000 house and only an 80% chance of getting within 20% of that number. Well, that gives you almost a $160,000 range, which that means that your home could be anywhere from about $283,000 up to about $483,000. That's kind of like throwing darts blind at a dartboard. You know, and these estimates, they affect everyone. In fact, there's a great story from 2016 when the Zillow CEO sold his home in Seattle. At the time that his home hit the market, his estimate was $1.39 million. The agents listed it at $1.29 million. So eventually the home sold for just a hair over $1 million. Okay, which that is about 75% of what the Zestimate was. And then to top it all off, the day after they closed, the Zestimate jumped to $1.75 million. Now, you and I both know there is no way that after one day, the value of the house went from $1 million to $1.75 million, which again just proves our point. The computers and the algorithms are not always right. Now, what can you do to ensure that your home is priced correctly when you get ready to sell? One of the surefire ways is an appraisal, but there's not really any reason to just go out and spend that money. Because if you talk to and you hire the right agent, we're going to be able to pull the comparables in the area, put together a report for you, and together come up with a really good number. Because if you speak with and hire the right agent, we're going to be able to put together a comprehensive report for you of all the different comparables in the area. And then together we can sit down and discuss price. And that's why you should trust your agents over your Zestimate. So again, if you have any questions about this, you can email me at josh.miller@bhhsgeorgia.com. You can also follow me on social media at josh.miller at bhhs. And I hope that you learned something about your Zestimate from this video. But again, keep an eye out. I'm going to have more videos like this coming out. So I hope you have a fantastic week, and let's talk again soon.